Hi, welcome back to Diamond Custom Paint Shop for part 4 and the last video in this series of painting this motorcycle tank with double flame job and metal flake and black candy. So in the previous videos, which you can watch parts 1 through 3, you'll see I started out with spraying with the metal flake underneath. Then we added the black candy paint. So you'll be able to, in the sun, you'll be able to see the metal flake underneath the black candy. Then we went ahead and clear coated that. Then we came back, scuffed it down, and then we laid out the red flames. But when we did the red flames, we sprayed silver on first, and then we sprayed on the red candy. And then after that, we went ahead and clear coated the whole tank again. And then we came back after that was dry, scuffed it down. Now when we're scuffing this down in between, I use 800 grit sandpaper. I like to use, especially when you're doing the white and the silver, because you want the chance of no scratches to show up as possible. So I like to go with 800 grit. It seems to work pretty good. So then after it was clear coated after the red, we scuffed it down, laid out the flames for the white, went ahead and sprayed the white on it, demasked everything, cleaned everything up, make sure you got all the tape residue off and whatnot. One thing before I clear coat, I'm going to really have to do a tack with a tack cloth right before I spray, because with this black, I can already see, I just wiped this off and there's still already dust kind of coming on it. But once I turn my booth on, get some air flowing in here, get the dust kicked down, then I'll hit it with the tack cloth, and then we'll spray 3 to 4 coats of clear coat on it, and then we'll be done. And then I'll post a video after when it's all done. It'll probably be a short I will post on YouTube, so stay tuned for the short. I said I was going to do a short in my last video, but I decided to do a video on clear coating this. And in this video, I'm going to show how to mix. Limeline's got a new label out of Clearcoat. I'm going to show how I mix that up, and then I'll show a little video of spraying it on. So, all right, well, stay tuned, and we'll be right back with mixing up the Clearcoat. Okay, here we are. We're back. We're going to mix up some of this Limeline Clearcoat. Now, let's talk about the Clearcoat first. Limeline come out with a new Hi, welcome. We're back. Okay, first off, we're going to mix up some clear coat to spray on that motorcycle tank. Let's talk about the clear coat first. This is Limeline's new labeled acrylic urethane clear coat. And this is what the can looks like. Now, Adam Paul over at Limeline told me to make sure if you have the old acrylic urethane, which looks like this, and then here's the hardener, not to mix the hardeners together. They may not be compatible, so don't mix this hardener with this clear coat. Stick to each one that comes with it. So these are the differences. Mainly, you can see the difference. This is kind of a bigger black, part A. It won't say this OC-A on it, and this has a lot more black on it. So yeah, just know the difference. If you have both of them, or if you get the new one, which I would recommend, then make sure you don't mix up the hardeners. Just a side note there that I was told. So let's move on from there. Put this off to the side. Okay, so the material I'm going to use today is the new acrylic urethane clear coat, 2K automotive clear coat. We have the part A and the part B here. This will be your clear coat, and this will be your hardener. And it's this is, I believe, is a medium. Yep, it says right there, a medium hardener. So have your temperature set appropriately for that, for your medium hardeners. It also comes in this quart size here too, as well as the gallon. So yeah, and then the other thing we're going to be using we're going to be using, Limeline has these disposable paint cut system. So it comes with the measurable cup, a liner, then your filter cap, which will pop on the top there, and then your lock ring, which will lock right on the top there. Give it a couple spins, lock it on tight. And then the spray gun I'm going to be using today is Limeline's 1.4. If you look on there on the website, it'll be the higher end one. He has this one. He has a 1.3, and then he has a 1 or a 0.8, like mini spray gun. So, which is pretty good. So check those out. He sells the stir sticks on there. So after we get done mixing part A and part B, we're going to stir this. One thing to note, like I said before in my other videos on mixing up anything, clear coat, base coats, whatever you're mixing two parts to, make sure you read on the can the ratio of it. So on this one, it says right here, you're 4 to 1. It even says right here, mix 4 parts Limeline part A with 1 part Limeline part B. So typically, I've said before, your bigger number is going to be the actual clear coat. Your lower number is going to be your hardener that you're adding to it. That's with your primers, your epoxy primers, stuff like that will be the same way. Then right here it says your pot life of 2 hours. Then you have your dry flash times. And then you have, so air dry at 77 degrees. Flash between coats is 8 to 10 minutes. I typically always set my timer for 10 minutes, unless, it's a little, if I'm spraying heavy solids, I'll wait a little bit longer, but that's a whole different video there. So it's dust free in 30 minutes, tack free in 15 to 20 minutes, and sand and buff in 12 to 24 hours. And that's if you air dry it at 77 degrees. It's typically right around 24 hours when I get back on a lot of my parts, and I'll scuff them down for either the next graphics or cut and buff. Which in this case, after this round of clear coat, I'm going to go straight to cut and buff and deliver this to the customer. So, all right, I think that about covers that. Let's get to mixing some clear coat. We'll put these off to the side. These up here. Gotta have my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so if you look on these, the cups that have the measurements on it, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna look down here, and you're gonna go around till you see it says 4 to 1, which matches what it says on your can. And then you're going to decide how much material am I going to use. And over time, you'll get used to knowing how much you're going to kind of use on motorcycle tanks, or how much you're going to use on a fender. If you have a tank and a fender, or 2 fenders you're going to do, you'll kind of learn how much you need. It's really easy to mix up. So if you come up short, it's real easy in between your flash times to go ahead and mix up a little bit more to what you need. So how this works then is we're going to first put in the part A, which is the actual clear coat right here, part A. And we're going to fill that up. Let's say I'm going to go up to the 6. I'm going to fill this whole cup up. So I'll fill the first part up to this first 6 on this left-hand side. And then after that, I'll get the hardener, part B. This right here is your part B. And I'll fill that up to the next 6 right there. And then that's your 4 to 1. Then you'll stir it up real good, and then you're ready to spray. So let's go ahead and mix this up. Don't forget to put your liner in the cup. And I'll show you another feature in a second why I really love these Limeline cans. This is it right here. This little spout. That spout that sticks up makes it a lot easier for pouring it into your cup. When you get the quartz, It just comes with like a regular paint can, which is, you can still pour it in. I just prefer that spout. It's pretty handy. Okay, we'll open it up. Never opened this one before, so it has a little seal on the top you got to pull off. It has a little loop on it. You just get your finger in there and pull on it. Pulls off this little top. Okay, we're going to go around 4-to-1 right there, okay? So we're going to fill it up, remember, to that first 6 on the left-hand side if you're facing it. So I may have to, that's pretty full, so I'm going to get this cup up here a little bit to start pouring it. And there we are. You can see it filled up to the first 6. Go ahead and cap this. Slide it off to the side. Open up your Part B hardener. This has a spout on it too, which is really nice. The old can, that's how you're going to tell, I think, too, is because the old can didn't. The old can hardener just has a screw top. There we go, like that. Doesn't have the pull up, which is, that's awesome. I love that feature. I wish everything had that on it. Okay, so like I said, we're at the first 6. So with the Part B, we're going to fill it up to the second 6 here. On this one, it's the middle 6. I always double check, make sure I'm on 4-to-1 still that I'm looking at. Open this up. This has the same thing. Has a little ring inside. You got to pull it up. Break the seal. All right. There we go. Put the cap on. Give another look at the new Clearcoat there. Take your stir stick, stick it in there, and mix it around for a little bit. I usually try to mix it 30 seconds to a minute. Just make sure it's really mixed up good. Get that Part A and that Part B mixed together to start its chemical reaction. Now it says the pot life is good for 2 hours. Probably the longest I ever go, if I do, most I think I ever do in one session is 4 coats. So you figure if you're 10 minutes in between, by the time you mix it and get ready and spray, you're probably, you're 40 minutes. So, and I've never had any problems. The only way you would go longer than that is if you got it mixed up, you went in to kind of maybe do a final cleaning on your part, and you notice something you had to fix or something real quick, and then you just know you have 2 hours to get your last coat of clear coat down, because the pot life's 2 hours, so it's your last coat. It's not when you first start your first coat. It's when your last coat's going to finish. Okay, got that all mixed up. These have a filter in the top. Pop that down on there. Put your lock ring on. Go ahead and just push that down and give it I don't know, quarter turn twist to get it locked in, and we're ready to go to do some clear coat. All right, we'll be right back, and I'll spray a few coats on camera. First coat I'm going to do, because you have to remember in the last video we did the white ghost flames. We haven't clear coated it yet, so you have that white paint is just sitting on top. So my first coat is going to be a tack coat, so it's going to look really light. I'm just going to kind of spray pretty quick over the top of it, just to get a barrier down to kind of lock down that paint. Because what will happen, especially when you do, if it was candy, like when I did the red, what can happen if you blast on your clear coat, your candy can start to float up in your clear coat, kind of release off there, kind of start to float around your clear coat. Then you're in for a mess. Then you'll basically have to do your job over if you don't like the way that looks. So, but you typically won't. So yeah, so my first coat's going to be a light tack coat, and on my second coat, I typically will hit it with the medium coat. And then my third and fourth coats will be a good medium coat. So yeah, so we'll be right back, and we'll be spraying.